Hey creatives, Robert Silver here today, and as you can see, I've got a guest here with me. It's MDT Agency model Nia Assata. If you follow me on Instagram at Robert Silver Photography, you would see plenty of the photos that we've created together. But most notably, you'll notice her on my Portrait Photography 101 video playlist. I'll post a card above for you to check out those videos later.
Today, we are going to go over what are some of the best practices for photographers to reach out to models they want to work with. A few do's, a few don'ts that we hope will help you to work with the perfect model for your next photo shoot.
Alright, so there's always going to be some do's and don'ts that we're going to miss and that we would like to hear from you, just in case we don't know or maybe we missed something. Feel free to post those comments down below. But here are some do's for you photographers looking to step up your game so that you can attract the right kind of model that you want to work with for your next photo shoot. My first do is have your shit together. That really entails a lot, right? That is a lot. But let's first start with the first thing, which is your concept. Have the idea ready to go. The more prepared you are before you reach out to the model that you want to work with, the more professional, the more confident you are coming off to them. Especially when you don't know them and they don't know you. Also, another way to have your shit together is have a mood board put together. Now, you can do that very easily by one, grabbing tons of images from Pinterest or Google Images, or simply put the effort in creating a mood board on Pinterest to share with maybe the model and maybe your creative team as well, the hair and makeup artist, to give them an idea and direction where you want to go. And at the same time, that helps to instill confidence in your team. Agreed. That you know what you're doing. At least have an idea. Within that mood board, put together the location, a few images of the place, perhaps maybe like Google Maps or something, right? But these, aside from the location, but also the date and roughly the time of the day that you want to shoot. These are going to be some of the first questions they're going to ask. They're going to say, what's the idea? Where's it going to be at? When? And what time? Yes. So therefore, you already killed all that and you come off looking like a boss, whether you're a guy or a female photographer, okay? You could be a boss anywhere.
Yes. Okay?
But make sure at the beginning, preferably through email or text, some sort of way you can refer back to, is what in the heck you all are getting from this photo shoot. Whether it be 2 photos, 3 photos, 6 photos, no photos, whatever the case is, allow them to know what it is that we both are getting out of this arrangement. And then that also allows the model the ability to either accept or decline to shoot with you or to work with you. Yes. Okay, so let's just be upfront, right? Yeah. Has there been any times where that wasn't the case and
people weren't upfront with what they thought they wanted? Most definitely. And it's very frustrating as a model when you are ready to work. You know what you've got going on, you know what your style is, and you're just totally ready to create. And the photographer, who is the main aspect of the photo shoot besides yourself, is not on board. It's like trying to read a book and you're on page 1 and someone else is on page 50 trying to tell you about it. It doesn't work.
Now, do number 2 is make sure you have your portfolio/website updated. It may sound silly, but you'd be quite amazed. And I actually recently realized, right before this COVID thing, that my website was a couple months outdated. And I realized because I had a library of already completed photo shoots, but didn't have the best of the best of the best, highlighting where I am at right now as a creative. I can't just tell you I progressed as a photographer. I have to show you. This is a visual medium. You got to see a photo. Yes. You can't imagine the photo, right? And then want to hire me. No. So with that said, take this time to update your portfolio. And now when I mean portfolio, I don't mean your Instagram page. Instagram is for your latest work. Website is for your best work. Okay, that's where you want to get the work you want to get paid or at least be a part of. Yeah. So that's your do number 2. Like, I mean, what do you think about it when it comes to a photographer who has a beautiful website versus just an Instagram? No website.
It makes all of the difference. I, as a model, I'm always looking for professionalism. So not to say I could care less about your Instagram, but if I know you have a poppin' website and I could see your work thoroughly, or even the progressiveness of where you started to where you are now, it makes me even more willing to say, hey, let's shoot. Hey, let's create. Hey, I see your vision. Okay, hey, I see where you're headed. I like that. Let's make it happen, rather than just, you have cool photos on Instagram. Oh, shot by whoever. Okay, you know.
Yeah.
You know, you get a bit more substance when it comes to a website.
Well, I could just hear it in her voice. The one thing that she does get is more excited. Okay, and that's what you want. You want your team to be excited, even if it's just a 2-person team, you and your subject. Oh, one thing I did want to mention about a website is that if you got published in some huge magazine 2 years ago, okay, a notable magazine, beautiful editorial work, it looks great, but you only posted on your Instagram, guess what? We can't see it unless we scroll back 2 years. True. So that's why having a website that highlights your very best of the best of the best makes so much sense. Yeah. Here we are, do number 3. Follow through with what you agreed on. Oh. Okay, so you said the date, right? I said the date. I told you where I'm at professionally through my website. I said location, the concept, all that stuff. Whether we have hair or makeup or do not. They want to know that. All that's good. Now we do the shoot, we have a good time, but then I wait a month or 2 or 3 because maybe we did a TFP, right, a trade for print, a free shoot, right? We just collabed, but then I get all backed up from paid shoots. You have to be clear with your communication. First is follow through. If you said 2 weeks and if you do come in trouble, right, communicate. I mean, a text message is, I think, free for the most of us, right?
I think so, but hey.
Okay, you know, so send a damn text, whatever it may be, an emoji, you know, whatever, and just let people know. But most importantly is just follow through with what you said, okay? That really helps to build a great rapport between your team, and then your team, when they go work with somebody else, might bring an opportunity to you one day, yes. Okay? Now, can you tell us any bad situation where someone did not follow through?
Yes, I had a shoot about 1.5 years ago. I got this awesome outfit from this woman. She hand crocheted top and bottom, super awesome. I'm like, cool, let's go to the beach. Let's shoot this look like it's fire, right? Okay. We go to the beach. Mind you, the photographer has a notable, awesome portfolio, Instagram, website, everything, you know, time, location, everything you said. We're ready to go. Like, yeah. What are we doing? We shoot, photos look great on the camera, all good. Okay, see you later. I'll have the photos in 2 weeks. Awesome sauce. 2 weeks pass. Not awesome sauce. I don't have photos. 3 weeks pass. I don't have photos. I asked, so what's up? Oh, my hard drive you know, things happen. However, as a photographer, in my opinion, it is your responsibility to communicate. That's the bottom line. Things happen. Just communicate. Once you leave a model on, you know, just left hanging, models talk, your reputation drops. That's no bueno.
So those are some of the do's for me, okay, that I recommend for you to be able to reach out to that amazing models. Nia, can you help us with what are some of the don'ts? What are some of those things that we should not be doing when we try to reach out to a model? Okay.
For Nia, number 1, be professional. Do not be unprofessional. Now, when I say unprofessional as a model, especially a woman, of course, 9 times out of 10, you're working with a male photographer. They tend to get overly sexual in a one way or another, whether they want you to pose a certain way, whether they think a top may look better if it's off, boobs pushed up, whatever it is. Don't do that. Right?
Okay, let me write that down. Don't do
that. Just note it down real quick, okay? Because we don't want to be objectified. That's the number 1 thing. We don't want to be seen as an object, as no. I'm here to create just like you. Okay? You behind the camera, I'm in front of the camera. We work together on what the project is. Also, too, you touched on this. Okay. Stick to your word. If photos are gonna be due in 2 weeks, I'm waiting those 2 weeks. If you tell me 6 weeks, communication, all right, I'm waiting those 6 weeks. If you tell me 3 days, I better see those photos in 3 days.
And you know, one thing that I've done when it comes to this is, even though I know I'm going to get these photos done in 5 days, I'll say 7.
Nice. Give yourself cushion
Exactly,
room.
I give cushion. And then when I do deliver it in 4 or 5 days, I look like a boss.
Awesome. Period.
Like I was on it.
Period.
But really, I was planning on the 5 days anyway.
Hey.
Okay.
But you're building your reputation still. And now I can go on and say, hey, well, he usually tells me 2 weeks, but I got him in a week.
Exactly.
The last 3 times.
Now who's losing? No one.
No one.
Exactly.
Right? Number 2. I dislike when photographers try and go outside of their lane. Stick to your lane.
Now, what do you mean by that? Because we're all trying to experiment. So what do you mean by that?
We all love to experiment. Okay. However, if I say I am a photographer and I solely shoot landscapes, awesome. I have great skill, flowers, awesome, big, whatever. But hey, I met this pretty model and now I'm going to shoot lingerie. So when I as a model go to your page and I see awesome and beautiful landscapes, I'm like, yeah, well, where do I fit in with lingerie?
Like, where did that come in?
Where did that? So now is it just because I'm cute? Thanks for the compliment, but stick in your lane, stay in your lane, right?
Now, do you with that stick in your lane motto?
Yeah.
Do you feel more confident if someone said, "Hey, I want to do a swimsuit," and then you see someone who's consistently shot portraits or swimsuits? Does that make you feel more comfortable? Like, how would a photographer that does not in that genre, let's say fashion, but wants to experiment, how would they be able to approach you where you're like, okay, I'll give it a shot with you?
Totally. I'd say first off, of course, like he said, we're all creatives. We all want to experiment. So I'm totally open. However, okay, well, are you trying to transition out of? Because that would be my question. Are you still a landscape photographer who just wants to experiment? Because there's different ways to go about it. If you still are totally like, yeah, I'm here for landscape, I like fashion so much, well, why don't we do somewhat of a collaboration where we go to a space that has a lot of landscape, your comfortability, I'm great at fashion, we can work that together and make a cohesive photo shoot that works out. Therefore, you're not totally in a lost space and neither am I, right?
I like that idea because I know for myself, I started off doing event photography, as many people probably don't know. But then I wanted to do fashion photography, obviously, what I do now, fashion portraits. But I had to figure out, how do I make that jump and communicate? Right. That goes back to my first do, which is keep your shit together, right? I believe that was the first one.
You have to.
So therefore, as she said it plainly, express your concept, the direction you're going. Clear communication ultimately will help you make that transition if that's where you want to go when it comes to jumping into a new genre.
Exactly.
Cool.
Just be open.
And we didn't script this, folks.
No, not at all. No,
all right.
I don't.
Just want to put it out there.
No.
So what other things is there anything else you
My third, reputation is everything. This goes along with sticking to your lane, sticking to what you say, having those photos ready, being on your shit. It's all cohesive, okay? And it all just works together. So reputation is everything. Models talk. I could promise you that. I don't even know a lot of models that I converse with, but I get a lot of questions. Hey girl, looking for a photographer. I'm thinking of hitting up so-and-so. I've seen you shot with him. How was it? Many times I've had to be like, sis, the photos came out great, but that BTS was work, or hey, he was trying to do too much. I had to kind of step back, or it was great. I got my photos in 2 weeks. It was, he had a vision. We worked together. It was quick. It was cohesive. We actually did more than what we thought we would because we were just able to work and flow and go.
Ironically, when it comes to a photographer and our subjects, we want the same thing. It is a team effort. There is no I don't care if it's a human as your subject, a dog, and some sort of animal, or even the mountains. You have a subject. You have to work with what you got, and we both have to win. The win-win. You got to make sure you create that win-win atmosphere, and that's my approach when it comes to setting up photo shoots.
Agreed.
And I think why we work so well together consistently. We could just text each other on a bad day and make some shit happen because we've always created that win-win atmosphere. Even today, when we're coming up with this video, we came up with other ideas in which we both benefit.
Yes.
Now, granted, she's an attractive, successful, confident model, and the thing is that, sure, I want her on my work because it makes my work look great. Granted, but at the same time, it does me no justice if she doesn't walk away with anything.
Totally. Agreed. I 100% agree. And I mean, whether you're doing a page shoot or just trade for print, either way, you want both sides to be happy. You want the model to continue to post and repost, even photos years and years. I have photos we've done years ago that I still look back on, still get comments on. I got signed to an agency because of a photo.
So there we go. So Nia, what is the best ways for anyone to get in touch with you?
Definitely find me on Instagram at Lake Merritt Goddess. Also, Find me on YouTube at Lake Mary Goddess.
And I'll be posting all those links down below in the description section for all of you. If you enjoyed this video and you would like to see more, don't forget to press that like, share, and subscribe. But better yet, hit that bell icon for more upcoming videos. I'm Robert Silver.
I'm Nia Assata.
And we hope you keep shooting, stay creative.